Hey, welcome to whatever this is. My name is Benjamin Yoder, and I'm actually just testing to see some with some capture stuff. But while I was doing so, I thought I might try to show off a game that I discovered a little while back ago called Frontier Gate, and I actually don't have the full release because this game is Japanese only, and I haven't got around to importing it. And it's an RPG, so it's kind of like importing it. But I do have the demo, which is actually pretty interesting. So I'll go ahead and get this started up. So here's my save file. As you can see, it's all in lovely Moonspeak. This is by Tri-Ace actually, but I think it was published by Konami in Japan. So yeah, at first this game very much looks like a Monster Hunter style game, and honestly, for a little while I almost just turned it off because it looks like a bit of a Monster Hunter ripoff. You kind of have these giant weapons and stuff, and you run around. You have this like single view town, talk to people all in Japanese. This is one of my partner guys. We'll see him here in a little while, so I'm gonna pick him. And you go to a desk and select a job and everything. But it actually is quite different. I have three partners in the demo. There's someone that's level 11, but we're gonna go with this level 8 guy. He's got I think fisticuffs to punch people, and then we're gonna do a mission. I already did this mission beforehand, so I know what's going on in it because there's some missions that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing because it's all in Japanese. So I kind of guess at some of the goals, and you'll figure them out. So uh, I'm not too terribly sure how far in the game this happens, but when I was playing, as I went through missions, more people started appearing in town, and I could recruit them to come with me and stuff. So this is the guy we're gonna be taking with us today. I'm gonna head out here, whoop, and go off to this place. Next quest. I don't know the names in Japanese. There's like a spinning compass, so it's a nice area. This is the starting camp. It looks very, very Monster Hunty. Even the zones are broken up into these like little small sections, and we're gonna fight this guy. So what's different here is that there's no meleeing around or anything. It's actually a turn-based RPG. So you go in here and it's like oh, and so I got a player advantage coming up from behind, typical JRPG stuff. So I have this list of attacks here, and what's really interesting. Oh, I don't have someone that can do an uppercut. That stinks because it's always a really cool looking animation. But what's interesting is that you have these lists of attacks, and you can combine them to essentially boost your damage. And so, unless this guy gets to move between, yeah. So you see there, both my characters kind of came in at the same time. When you play online, when you have 4 or 5 people, and unfortunately the demo, you cannot play online, to my knowledge at least. Or well, it's in Japanese, so there's also gathering points like Monster Hunter. But you have 4 or 5 people, and you're all just combining things, combining attacks. You do different attacks to get different damage boosts. There are some really cool looking animations. Ones I really like to do is one that knocks a person up. And let's see, that might knock them up. I don't think it will because there's no arrow on it. But yeah, you have. Yeah, I didn't really knock him up, but usually he would knock him up, and then that guy would jump in the air and smack him down, and they get hit. Boom. So yeah, win battle. So it's pretty interesting because you're always trying to combine different attacks in a single battle, so you can get or in a single action move, so you can get the most damage done, and also makes you want to save your stronger attacks for later if you can. You only have a certain amount of action points to act. If you look on the bottom right, or not the bottom right, the in the command list, there's like these orange diamonds in there, and those are your action points, and there's a number beside it that lets you know what you gotta do in terms of numbers. So it's like boom, and so yeah, I didn't really get a good combination here, unfortunately, in terms of characters working together to do some pretty impressive animations. That and I only have 2 attack points at battle since the enemies had a advantage. My guy got 0 EXP. Oh no. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do this whole quest or not. It's pretty simple. Most of the quests I've seen, more gathering. It's pretty typical Monster Hunter stuff. You gotta like go return a couple items. Sometimes with this mission in specific, we have to kill a specific enemy. I think 8 times. You can open your menu here, and so it says 0 out of 8, and it's in Japanese, so I don't know what that usually means. But this mission, I do know that means that you have to kill these porcupine things, which we'll see. Yeah, there they are. And so you can kind of work your way through the missions that are in Japanese. Unfortunately, this game came out in 2011 in Japan. And while there are still PSP games coming out here, this one doesn't in particular doesn't seem to be picking up any Steam. Let's try that. Picking up any Steam in terms of, interests for localization. I've seen a few threads on 4chan and stuff, but not enough to really say, hey, Atlas might pick this up or something. It's a cool game though. I'm gonna try one more thing here. With seeing if my guy maybe has some moves that you get. You can get different weapons and stuff. Like there's big swords. Don't come after me. Big swords and stuff. Sword and shield. This guy has fisticuffs, and as you use them, you gain levels and stuff that you can learn new skills. So yeah, he doesn't have any new skills or anything with that. I've used a few weapons, and there's also like guns and bows. So it's pretty fun. And I'm gonna guess that this kind of game doesn't really have that much story. It's probably more like a Monster Hunter kind of story. Which when I play Monster Hunter Tri, there wasn't really much there. It was like, oh no, monsters, go kill them. So it was you might be able to just make your way through this, especially if there's a guide online. I haven't looked to see if there's a guide online to tell you what you're doing in quests. But it's actually it's really cool. I really dig it. I think the combat system, it would be even better online, or if later on you can get more NPCs in your party, that would be pretty good. Because then I think at that point it would really scale up the battle system. Some of your stuff can get interrupted though. In particular with like boosted speed and stuff. Like I was in a forest before and I kept trying to do the uppercut kill thing, but it kept not working so great because the bunny would slap me in the face beforehand. But I think I'm gonna actually hop out of this real quick and then get you guys to something more interesting. Okay, so now we're heading back out to a different area, and I got my highest level partner character with me. He's there on the rat green guy. He's got a sword and shield. I think he's a magic user, if I recall correctly. It's been a while since I played this. And this demo's from like 2011, and of course you can always go and download it yourself off the PlayStation Store in Japan or whatever. You have a Japanese PlayStation account. I'm not sure how that works on PSP, but on PS3, just make another account. I don't know what's the front of this guy. Okay, I got an advantage anyway, so it works out. So, yeah, so there's these little green guys. Let's see what we got here. So, yeah, he is an up one, and so it might be hard to see with my capture cables. I'm not sure what the quality looks like, but, with this one has an arrow to go up. So, we're gonna do up, and then we're gonna do down. And this is when, like, the animations actually start working well together. If I can get, yeah, jumps up, slaps him in the air. And so, usually in this single player mode, I'm not sure if it'll show up again here. Oh, he's not dead. I don't know if it'll show up here again, but my mind just blanked. I can't remember, but I'm smacking stuff. Oh yeah. So when you're fighting, there's like those 3 gems on the bottom of the battle screen. And these guys hurt you when you kill them. It's a pain. Unless you do magic to hurt them, which I should have did magic. But occasionally on the bottom screen you'll get a extra gem that you can use, and it will actually put your AP to about like 6 or 8 AP, and so you can do a long chain of attacks. There's an overkill feature. I'm not sure what it does. I think it might boost your loot. It's just the more you hit enemies, the more loot you get. But it's kind of like I'm playing this in Japanese, so it's like I don't really care what loot I get. Oh, apparently that earth attack isn't hurting them because they're earth-based creatures. So, oh well. So yeah, it's a pretty cool game. It's pretty cool video. That's how video games work. They're pretty fun to play. So yeah, I think that's all you really need to know about Frontier Gate. It's a pretty cool game, and I think if you like RPGs, JRPGs, I think it's worth trying to download off the PlayStation Store and fumbling through the menus a bit if you're willing to do it. But if you're not willing to do it, oh well, you never play it because it's probably not gonna get localized. Go play something else. All right, thanks. Bye.